And a good Saturday morning to you. It's Saturday morning. That means it must be time for your KGFW Rewind Show. I'm Kyle LaBoria, sitting in to talk about last night's game as the Kearney High Bearcats finish off their home portion of the regular season as they welcomed in Creighton Prep Junior Jays. And what a game it was. We got all kinds of stats and highlights to give unto you following the next half hour or so. Kearney coming into the game 7-0 on the season. They are just lighting things up. The big stat of the night that we talked about before the game last night, Kearney only allowing 58 points this season total. That's it. Period. Teams just have not been able to score on this Kearney High defense. They've really buckled down and imposed their will on games. Creighton Prep coming into the game, they have scored 254 points on the season. So it looked like it was going to be one of those battles, a great defense taking on a great offense, and it would turn into a huge defensive game on both sides of the ball. Kearney, as I said, 7-0 on the season to start off this game, coming off a home win against Papillion La Vista last week, 42-13. Creighton Prep coming into the game 6-1 on the season. They're coming in off a 49-7 victory over Omaha Benson. One little item to note, Kearney will see Omaha Benson next week to finish off the regular season. They got a chance to go they have a chance to go 9-0, a perfect regular season. Creighton Prep, the one loss they've had on this season, came all the way back in week 2 as they lost the game 17-35 against Omaha Burke. Omaha Burke, one of the big powerhouses in Class A football this year. So let's get to the game as we get started. As I said, Creighton Prep coming in, they do well to score the football, 254 points on the season. They would get the football first. A good stop by Kearney High to stuff Creighton Prep on their first drive.
Two receivers right, two left. Burke in the shotgun. Wants to throw, looking to his left, and he's going to be swatted from behind by Isaiah Stallbird. Are they going to say his arm was moving forward? So nice pressure that time by the defensive back, Isaiah Stallbird. Reed Burke did not even see him coming from the blind side. And now it'll be 4th and 16 at the Bearcat 44.
Creighton Prep coming into the game not really known for their passing attack. A good sack there by the Kearney High defense forces the Junior Jays into a punting situation. Kearney would take their first offensive possession at their own 18-yard line. And it would be an unfortunate first possession for them. As I said, both teams' defense really showed up to play last night.
So it's 3rd and 11 for the Bearcats with 10:07 to go. Brett Obermiller split to the right side, to the near side, Isaiah Stallbird. I formation this time behind Cannon Coster, who's under center. Coster wants to throw, looking to his left. Wants to go out to Stallbird, and that one is almost picked off. Eliza Burtz, the safety, ranging over from his position and almost able to pick off that pass intended for Isaiah Stallbird. The Bearcats will be turned away on their opening possession.
Bearcats would go 3 and out on their first possession. They would be forced to punt it away, giving the Junior Jays pretty good field position. The Junior Jays would start their second drive from their own 39-yard line, so a short field. But that Kearney High defense is nothing to be trifled with.
3rd and 4 for the Junior Jays. Look like they want to try and spread things out and run against the Bearcats. Two receivers left, two right. Burke in the shotgun, wants to throw, looking to his right. That one almost picked off. Stepping in front of it for the Bearcats that time was Davis Skiles. The pass was intended for Mason Armstead, and it's 4th down, and once again, Creighton Prep turned away.
The Bearcats forcing a 3 and out against the Junior Jays would force the Junior Jays to punt it away. Kearney would take the second possession of the game at their own 20-yard line, and they would start moving the ball thanks to a little bit of luck.
So it is 3rd and 21 for the Bearcats at their own 14. Still no score. One receiver to the right, that's Stallbird. Two to the near side on the left. Atchison moves to the left side of the line. Coster in the shotgun, wants to throw. Going across the middle, has his man Isaiah Stallbird. It's tipped around a couple of times. First by one defender, then getting a hand on it was Elijah Birds, who tipped it up in the air. Isaiah Stallberg was right there to take it in, and the Bearcats, on kind of a freakish play, will move the chains. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Great players making great plays right there, as Isaiah Stallberg not giving up on the play. The ball gets batted in the air, and he'll take the 30-yard reception. That puts Kearney within striking distance right at just about midfield when an unfortunate turn of events goes against the Bearcats.
Faking the handoff to Maisner, keeping it himself as Coster. And Coster, man, he's taking some, you could almost call that a targeting shot that time. Somebody came up as Coster was wrapped up and hit him hard, and boy, Cannon looks a little bit dinged up down there.
Coster was taking a beating. That was his 3rd hard shot in the first quarter. It looked like the Junior Jays were trying to get physical with the Kearney High Bearcat quarterback to try to get him out of his game and into his head. Well, Coster would have a difficult time finishing that particular drive for the Bearcats, and he would not be on the field when the Bearcats would be forced to punt it away.
Welcome you back to UNK's Ronald Carroll Cope Stadium at Foster Field. Cannon Coster, the starting quarterback for the Bearcats, being looked at on the training table by athletic trainer Greg Limbaugh. Warming up on the sideline is Braden Miller, the 5'10", 182-pound junior. Coster has taken some hits here already tonight. Looked a little wobbly after a shot that he took. Like I said, I thought it was a targeting play, or like a targeting flag could have been thrown, but it was not. Parker Brush to punt it away. Bobbles the snap. Running to his left, wants to kick it away. He's not going to be able to. Couldn't hang on to the snap and just had to pick it up. Wanted to, I think, try the rugby kick, but couldn't get enough separation from the defenders. And
so something you don't see too often here if you're a Bearcat fan, especially this season, that's a turnover on downs. Would give the Junior Jays great field position with the ball at the Bearcat 42. Well, they would go 3 and out after a good sack by the Bearcat defense. They would be forced to punt it away. The Bearcats on their next possession with Braden Miller behind the quarterback would go 3 and out as well, giving the Junior Jays the ball back. They would get 1 first down, and then they would be forced to punt. Start of the second quarter, Kearney would have the ball at their own 25. That's when Braden Miller steps up, makes some great plays like this one.
Right now the Bearcats have it 2nd and 9 at the prep 33. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Braden Miller now in at quarterback. Looks to his left, now to his right. Has Stallberg out there. Catch! Touchdown! Braden Miller, his first touchdown pass to Isaiah Stallberg, his 4th touchdown reception of the season. And the Bearcats get on the board, a 33-yard strike. And boy, what a great look that time by Braden Miller.
33-yard pass from Miller to Stallberg would make it 7-0 for the Bearcats. You kind of had that thought in the back of your head that this was going to be a low-scoring game, which both teams really weren't used to. Lots of good defense being played early in this game. The Creighton Prep Junior Jays would start their next drive at their own 20-yard line, and all of a sudden it turned into the Luke Sims show. Luke Sims is their big running back, the Creighton Prep Junior Jays. He's a junior, 6'1", 240 pounds. He would just carry guys. They'd handed the ball off to him 7 times in a row, and he would by himself take the Junior Jays from their own 20 down into a goal line situation for the Kearney High Bearcats. Well, this Bearcat defense, they won't have none of that.
So it comes down to this. It is 4th and goal. The football at the 1. Creighton Prep is going to go for it here. Once again with the heavy formation. Matthews will be the fullback. Sims the running back. The sophomore quarterback, Reed Burke, under center for this 4th and goal. Handed to Sims. He's not getting in. The Bearcat defense stiffens. Davis Skiles scampering to the bench in celebration. Knocked one of his teammates down. The Bearcats will take over on downs. What a big stop by the Bearcats.
A giant goal line stop for the Bearcats. They get the ball turned over on downs, keeping that score 7-0. The Bearcats would be trapped deep in their own territory. They would go 3 and out. They would be forced to punt it away. That would give the Creighton Junior Jays the ball in Bearcat territory at the Bearcat 49-yard line with just about 2.5 minutes left to go in the first half. That's when the Kearney High defense would step up. They would strike again.
Loaded up on the right side, this time in a shotgun. Sims lining up on the left. Burke wants to throw, now rolling to his right. Under pressure, and throws it. It's intercepted by Isaiah Stallbird, running down the left sideline. The only person to beat was Sims, but the Bearcat defense once again comes up big. What do you always say is one of the keys to winning a football game?
That's turnovers, Dave. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows that. A big interception by Isaiah Stallbird by the Bearcats late in the first half. That would set them up to put more points on the board. That's an important part of football. And you get a turnover, you got to make them pay.
So Gabe Hines on for the field goal attempt. Mentioned his longest is 42. He is 2 for 2 in field goal attempts this season. Braden Miller will be the holder. This from the left hash, the wind blowing from our left to right. The hold is down, his kick is up, his kick is good, and the Bearcats lead 10-0 with 12 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Listening to Bearcat football on KGFW.
And that's pretty much how the first half of action would end. Bearcats would take the 10-0 lead into halftime. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, second half of the Kearney High Creighton Prep game coming your way right here on KGFW, home of the Bearcats. Home of the Bearcats.